everyone, it's Greg here to do your astrology and tarot forecast for the week of the 7th of April and going through until the 13th of April. It's really nice to be with you again today. I hope you've had a wonderful week. I hope you've had a wonderful start to April, and I'm going to have a look at what's coming up for you this week in terms of the astrology and in terms of the tarot, what you can expect energetically and via the astrological influences. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Monday, 7th of April. What's important here is that Sun and Uranus are actually conjunct, and they're conjunct in Aries until the 15th of April. So it's really this week that's affected by this. And the Sun is really who you are, you know, your ego, how you self-identify. And Uranus is really that part of yourself that is rebellious and wants to do things differently and really goes out of itself to be eccentric and to lead and to make things happen its own way. Both of those are in Aries, so it's a really fiery kind of sign. It's really passionate and driven. And if you think of the sign of Aries as this, you know, pushy little, you know, this little goat kind of thing, it's really that's really the energy. You kind of stop at nothing, you push forward, you make things happen for yourself. And when the ego gets involved in that, it can result in real fireworks and explosions. It's in the area of your work, so really expect yourself to be very driven there and to really try and make things happen for yourself. If that comes up and you don't feel comfortable with it, just kind of ease into it and just keep an eye on it. But really, in terms of the astrology, that's how you're going to be affected, so expect that. Also on the 7th, the Moon and Jupiter are conjunct in the 12th house in Cancer. This is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's a real sense of ease and expansion in terms of your emotional and spiritual side. This month, and really what I've been looking at recently, is very much about spiritual experiences, very much about spiritual awakenings. And this is something that's happening despite this push in terms of your career. It's a very multifaceted month. I've done another video on the eclipses that are happening and on the grand cross that's occurring. And there are a lot of themes that are kind of vying for your attention this month. So it's really a matter of looking at what's important and not getting overwhelmed by it, but there's multitude of things happening, and that ease and spiritual awakening is one of them. Moving on to the 8th, the Tuesday, the Moon goes into the first house in Leo, and it's exactly 0 degrees, so it's conjunct with the ascendant, which is Cancer, and it means that you're going to feel very much confident and very much you're going to self-identify as someone who goes out there and does things and who's not worried and who's not shy or reticent or retiring. You're just going to want to go out there and do things because it's conjunct right on top of your ascendant, which is in Cancer. It means that you see yourself as deeply emotional, but able to overcome emotions and also able to help other people overcome their emotions. And not only that, you may feel like you can manipulate other people into doing what you want. So be aware of that. Mercury also goes into Aries on this day, so you're going to want to communicate on a more fiery level, and it's all really, you know, coming together to just give you so much energy and pow and wham and just, you know, this real drive and fire. So again, if that's something you're not comfortable with, you're going to have to really ease yourself into this and just go for the ride because you're going to be on fire. The North Node goes into retrograde, so the North Node of the Moon is really about where it is your soul wants to go. It's the pull of your emotional, intuitive side, and because it's going into retrograde, it means that the importance and the level of priority of that is really downgraded in your own mind, and you're really going to be looking at the externals in terms of what you can achieve rather than where it is your long-term game plan is taking you. On the 9th, the Moon is still in that Leo. The confidence, the theme of that confidence continues. And also on the 10th as well, still in Leo, but it moves into the second house of survival and money and finances. So really, 8th, 9th, and 10th, very much about achieving things, getting things done, and really positive financial blessings coming into your life at this time without you doing very much, but just by being yourself and owning your own power and really just allowing that to come in, you're really going to notice that the universe is going to bless you on these days very much. The 11th sees Neptune and Virgo at exactly the same degree in Pisces. They're both at 6 degrees in the 9th house. You're going to look at and discover knowledge and dreams that you've been that have been developing and growing it within yourself and that you've been nurturing for a long time. You're going to start seeing those come into reality. So your dreams become a reality in terms of relationship, finances, houses, children, whatever it is you've been fantasizing about is really going to happen. And also, this isn't something that's just a whim, it's something that's been there for a long time and something that's caused you to suffer in the past and has caused you pain. And this dream coming true is going to be a real emotional healing for you. It's a wonderful time, wonderful gift. Again, it's a week of gifts and blessings. Be really receptive and open to wonderful things happening this week. It's looking really good. 11th and 12th, the moon is in Virgo on both days. On the 11th, it's in the 3rd house in Virgo, and on the 12th, same thing, 3rd house in Virgo. And this means that you're going to feel very diligent, effective, comfortable, perfectionist about the way you communicate on a personal level, but also in terms of a global level. You're going to take information that you learn and really acquire and take it out into the world. And again, this is something to do with what I mentioned about dreams coming true. You communicate what it is you want and you actually achieve it and get it. And then finally, to finish off the week, the 13th, the moon starts, it goes into Libra, it's at 1 degree in the 3rd house, and it starts this build up to the eclipse on the 15th. Have a look at that video. The eclipses and the Grand Cross are really, really important this month. It starts that kind of build up, it starts this energy pull of harmony and good relationships coming into your life and all the other people on the planet into their lives as well. So it's really the start of that real transition of that eclipse. So really get ready for that and be aware of it. I'm going to draw 3 cards to give me the kind of top 3 in terms of the astrological energies. And let's see what comes up. When I looked at these charts and I looked at the Grand Cross and all of that, it's a wonderful week and it's a powerful, powerful month. The first card is the Devil, and the Devil is ruled by Mars. So part of the Grand Cross is the Mars energy at 13 degrees in Libra there. That's going to be a real, it's going to be a real area of focus for fire signs in particular. So again, I have to refer you to that video, but there's 4 sections of this Grand Cross, and each one of those sections is going to be vying for your attention. And for the fire signs in particular, the Mars energy of aggression and really forcing family relationships to be the way you see them as harmonious, that's going to be strongest for you. So fire signs, really be aware of that. The next card as well, the Sun in reverse. The Sun, the energy and source of life, really overshadowed here by this Grand Cross. Really, the Sun rules, it rules Leo, but it's got a really close affinity to the other fire signs as well, as far as I'm concerned. And the Sun, that ego is almost overshadowed by this Mars energy, this need to push out your will and forcefully create something in the family environment. So fire signs, please have a look at that Grand Cross eclipse video. It's very important to understand what's going on for you and where your focus is going to lie in particular. And then also we've got the star in reverse, and we've got Venus there. Right, yeah. So this has to do with really the overcoming and letting go of the work focus that's been a priority for a lot of people, for most people on this planet. work as being the ultimate paramount thing, and really letting that go, having mastered it, and now taking humanity and moving on to the next level of ascending as a species and moving up in the kind of spiritual ladder, and taking humanity into a new era of peace and harmony. So that's really affected at the end of the month, and that is really going to be something that is going to take everyone forward by the end of this month, April 2014. So really, in terms of the signs here, everyone's really affected, but the people who are going to be looking most closely at Mars are the fire signs, and it's just really you that are highlighted. But I mean, there's so much happening this month that really everyone's going to have so many things pushing and pulling them that yeah, everyone's going to keep an eye on this. It's just that, you know, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, Mars wants you this month. Okay, so have a really good week. If you've got any questions, please send me a message here on YouTube or on Facebook, facebook.com/GregoryScott444. Send me an email, readings@gregoryscott.co.uk. Have a great week, and I'll be with you soon.